Believe it or not, people are still buying photography prints. I know, shocking. What's up, y'all? My name is Connor Ryan, and I'm gonna tell y'all how you can make more money with your photography selling prints. So before you even get started trying to sell your photos, you have to have a photo that someone's gonna wanna buy. Now, people are gonna buy your print generally for these two reasons. One, the look of your photo fits the design or the look of the interior of their home or office, or your photo will make them feel some kind of nostalgia, awe, or a sense of belonging when they look at that photo. Now, what do I mean by all those emotions? I have a photo of the Brooklyn Bridge that I've pretty much sold more than any photo this year, and there's many reasons why that this photo has sold more than the others. It has a minimal color palette, so it can match with lighter and darker walls. It's very symmetrical, it's simple, there's no people in the image. I mean, it's the Brooklyn Bridge. Everyone has pretty much seen the Brooklyn Bridge. It's a very impressive structure, so it just looks nice anyway. And what it can say is that someone who buys it loves New York, they want to show other people that they love New York, or they want to be reminded of a time they went to New York and relive those emotions of that moment being on the Brooklyn Bridge. And now with those things in mind, when you're going out to take photos, take the photos you want to take still. But if you want to make photos that people are going to buy, you want to take photos that have one of those elements in mind. And the more of those elements you can put into one photo, the more likely it is that people are going to buy it. Minimalist photography is also really big, and the good thing about that is that it will fit on many different types of homes, offices, and if you're from a small town or somewhere you don't think is photogenic, you just gotta look a little harder. People tell me in my hometown of Memphis that it's not photogenic, and I heard that a long time growing up, that I didn't live in a pretty city, but I've completely changed a lot of people's perspectives on that because I went out and found what I thought was pretty, and other people agree with that, obviously, if they're buying my prints, looking at my photos. You can do the same for your hometown or wherever you're from. All right, the second step, you've got your photos that you think you're gonna sell, that people wanna buy. Where do you get your prints made? So the first option, obviously, is you can have them printed locally in your hometown. A lot of people go to Walgreens when they start printing photos, and I do not recommend that because while they might be good price, the quality is very inconsistent. It's usually not great. I'm just not a big fan of Walgreens. I don't print anything there, so I wouldn't recommend you go there. I would recommend looking for a local shop that's dedicated just to printing. Usually these types of shops have imaging in the name, something like that. Imaging, printing, look for those kind of stores. They'll have a lot of different options probably, and the quality will be insane. And their prices may be a little more than Walgreens, but they're usually still pretty reasonable. But if you wanna make things a little bit easier, you can use an online printer. I've been using an online printer all this year for all my prints, and it's been great because they ship the prints directly to my door. And the printer I use is American Color Imaging. They let you download an app and you can upload your prints directly to that app, pick all the sizes, materials, all the different things you need, and they'll ship it right to your door for free. And I would highly recommend looking into them too. And lastly, now that you've got your prints that you think are gonna sell, where the heck do you sell them? So if you've been on social media for a while, sharing your work, you've grown a little bit of a following, then that's the first place you can start right there. Once you have your prints ready, tell your followers, hey guys, I know y'all have been following my work for a while, and I'm so grateful to have an audience like y'all, and I wanted to offer prints for sale in case you wanted to put these photos up in your own home or perhaps in your workplace. Now, a good way to sell the prints is through an online shop of some sort. Now, if you built your own website, you can add a shop to that. That's what I did for a while, but I've found that honestly, what's worked best for me for selling prints is when I opened up an Etsy store back in March. Etsy's great because people can leave reviews, you can run sales very easily, they have a bunch of different marketing tools, you can reach a newer audience through Etsy, people can search you on there. Like, Etsy has been a game changer for my print sales. I've never sold as many prints as I have ever this year, probably, than any years past. So honestly, I would just skip going on a website of yours. You can list the prints there if you want, but I just have my prints on my website linked to my Etsy store. That's where I do all my print sales now. If you want to see what my Etsy store looks like, you can check it out in the link in my description just to get an idea of how you can start building your own Etsy store. And now the internet is a great way to sell your prints, but also you can't forget the in-person element is also still there. If your town has art festivals, art shows, try to get involved in those because that's a great way to get exposure not only for yourself as a photographer, but your work. People will be able to see the prints in person, feel them, look at them. They know what they're getting because they can see it with their own eyes and touch it with their hands. So this is really a great way to sell prints in person, and I'd say better than online too. If you're able to, if you have that kind of following, try to host your own show, get in with a local restaurant or brewery like I've done and co-host a show with a musician or a chef, some kind of event where you can showcase your art and be the focus of the show. The highest selling print I've ever sold was at a show that was co-hosted with me and a small band, and there was a chef going on at a brewery. It was a really nice event, like honestly pretty intimidating, but it was great for sales. Again, if people can see it in person, they can touch it, they'll fall in love with it, and they'll take it off your hands. All right, y'all, that wraps up how to sell more of your photography prints. If that helps you, if you're excited to actually start selling prints now, leave a like. And if you want to learn some other things from me while you're here, just check out that video right there. Just do it. You're already here.